Hi everyone, Paul Levy with Brownells here, and this week we've got some more new products. First up, from Reptilia, we have their Recce stock. This is for an AR-15 M4 platform. It is a carbine stock. You'll notice it looks a little bit different than your traditional stock that just goes right on the tube and then you actuate with a lever vertically. This includes a proprietary tube, which I'll show you how it works here in a second. And to actuate it, you would pull away from your shoulder and then depress this latch here. It disengages from some teeth and you can pull it to the rear. Of course, it has various settings throughout on the stock. So you can see there down below, it is really slim, but yet has a really nice cheek weld. And the nice thing about how that functions with this completely separate, essentially lower portion, you're gonna maintain that cheek weld on your rifle. You're not gonna have your stock shifting and be caught in a gap. And for you bearded guys, I know how that goes. You're not gonna get your beard ripped off between that gap in the stock and the tube each time you transition off your rifle. So as far as the tube itself, it's pretty clever. There's the tube internally, and then you have this bolt back here. I'm gonna quickly unthread this. So here it is, the tube itself, which to install this, you'd simply remove your existing tube, hardware, or if you have a strip low receiver, install this. It has the torque setting, actually nicely labeled right here, 35 foot-pounds. So install that onto your lower receiver, and then you're simply gonna install, slide the stock on, and then take this nut right here, which also has a torque setting on there. And then you thread this in. Torque that appropriately and you're good to go. Probably could use some thread locker just to ensure things are really robust. I should also mention it has a reversible QD socket right here at the rear. You can swap that to the opposite side. Has a nice butt pad that's I think nicely sized. It's not like super wide and not overly grippy, yet is going to give you a nice purchase in your shoulder. So that's the Reptilia Recce stock, available in black and FDE. And then new from Brownells, we have SIG 320 slides. These are compatible with 320 frames and FCUs. Right here we have one with an RMR cut, which has proved very popular in our Glock compatible slides. And then here we have a iron sight compatible version, so you can pick up an FCU, pick up your preferred frame. The Wilson Combat one is awesome. Pick out this Brownells slide, assemble. We've got the 320 slide kits as well. So the 320 slide kits from SIG, you can throw in the components here and build out your 320 slide exactly how you want it. So we do have one with iron sights, like I said. This one does not have the window. This one has RMR cut with a window, so you're really fancy there. And we've got these in a variety of lengths. So that's a 320 slide from Brownells. And then new from Bravo Company, we have a variety of compensators. So they've got these. This is the Mod 3 I have here. They have Mod 1 up through a pretty high number here. I have on display a Mod 7. But I'll go through some of the features on these, and each mod or version has a little bit different feature set depending on what you want to get out of that particular compensator. But they all have something in common, at least the ones I've seen. They essentially have a small chamber at the rear and then either some sort of flash hiding capability or ports on the front, but in maybe a different configuration depending on your needs. So I'll pick out a version here. This one might be the best for you to see. You have to get real close. There's actually a flat right there and very small ports on the left and right side. So you're gonna have to time this. It does include a crush washer. So there is a chamber right here between the face of the muzzle and this wall right here. This particular one has ports on either side, and this one, this is the Mod 4, has ports on the top, which obviously is gonna help for your muzzle flip, and then you're gonna have that compensating capability out the side. There are no ports on this, you'll notice, on the bottom or the top. So you're not gonna have dust signature, you're shooting on gravel or something, stuff kicking up, but you're still getting some flash hiding capability out the side, some compensating capability, and then also nothing on the top. If you're shooting a really short barrel or something, you could get a lot of flash out there. Low light, you're gonna perhaps blind yourself or lose some of your night vision capability with those gases coming out the top. Back to this is the Mod 3 here. This looks a bit obviously like a more traditional flash hider. It's got ports all around, so if you're not going to be that concerned about shooting low off sand or dirt, worry about kicking stuff up, great way to go with a lot more flash hiding capability. So it's really up to you on what your needs are. On some of these that are extended as well, like on this model, you can see they come with the hole pre-drilled. So if you got a 14.7 or something like that, and you can pin and weld that to get to the legal overall 16-inch length. We have a few other models here. We got the 6, the 7. As you can see on that shorter model I just showed you, I think I showed you this one already. They've got that chamber at the back, but then different lengths depending on your preference. And these both have a closed off bottom, but open sides, but they are open prong. And you can get these same variants with closed prong, depending on your needs. If you're gonna be out in the woods and the boonies, and you don't wanna get snagged on brush or something like that, maybe you opt for this model. If you're not concerned about that, you're more in an urban environment, you're in a town, that's not really a concern, you go with this. Really your preference. Check these out, there's a lot to see on brownells.com. Check out the new Bravo Company Compensators. And from True Precision, we have a few new barrels. We've had their barrels for a little while, like for the Glock, I believe the 320, 365. We've just added to that. Here we've got the Hellcat Pro. So if you want to upgrade your Hellcat, this is a good barrel to check out. Of course, you've got the fancy tin coating here. You can get it in black nitride. I think they have some other finish options as well. And then you have, of course, probably why you're buying this, hopefully, is you maybe want to go to a threaded muzzle there so you can put on compensator, suppressor, that type of thing. So that's new from True Precision, their Hellcat barrels. That's it for this week. I'll see you again next week.